In this video, we are going to look at indices. You will find this on page 181 in the Namibian Ordinary Level Mathematics textbook, y equals mx plus c to success. Indices. In grade 9, we learned that the index of a number shows how many times to use the number in a multiplication. It is written as a small number to the right and above the base number. In this example, 5 to the power of 4, meaning 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which will give you a result of 625. Another name for index is exponent. Okay, so this is the index or the exponent, this is the power, and this will be the base. Now, multiplication, division, and the power law of indices. Let's just go through this again. So if you multiply and the bases are the same, you add the exponents or the indices. If you divide, you subtract the indices. And if it's a power to another power, meaning there's only one base, then you multiply the indices. And if it's like this, just remember there's a 1, there's a 1. That index outside, I want to make it a bit bigger. That index must be multiplied with this power, which is 1, and this power, which is also 1. And then the same. Multiply, multiply, and there's the answer. If you look at examples, you add, you subtract, you multiply, because as I showed you, there's a 1 and there's a 1. So if you multiply, multiply, you will get this. And the same there and the same there. Let's look at a few examples. Simplify each of the following. So in this case, it's multiply, so you add the exponents. In this case, it's also multiply, so you add. So don't say 3 times 3. Keep the 3. Okay, keep the base and just add the exponents. In this case, the 5 and the 6, actually the 5 and the 6, the index are 1 and 1. So the indices will be the same. So you just say 5 times 6, which will give you 30. And then, if you're going to look now, you can say the bases, keep the bases, it's multiply, and I just add the exponents. And then this one, if it's negative 4 times 3, that will be negative 12. And then x, so that's 6 plus 2, and that 6 plus 2, that will be 8. And that y, 5 plus 5, will be 10. So writing down all the letters is sometimes the key to understanding the laws. So meaning, if you say struggle, then it meaning that it's x times x times x times x times x times x 6 times. Okay, so that's what we did in grade 8. Just write it out so that it makes more sense. Okay, I want you to stop the video and I want you to do the following examples. Try now one. You can do number A, number B, and then number C, and then we can also look at the final one. Again, you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay. So if I look at number A, then it's y to the power 7 times y to the power 6. So I keep the y and I say 7 plus 6, that will be 13. Okay. And then if I look at number B, it's 2 to the power 10 multiplied 2 to the power 3. So I keep the 2, 10 plus 3 will be 13. Okay, and then number C, 2x the x, let's just get it that pen correct, x to the power 3 times negative 5 x to the power 2. I'm struggling to put it somewhere. Okay, So this will just give me negative 10. Just do the number first, like in primary school, or actually like in grade 8, when we started with negative numbers. And then x, and 3 plus 2, that will just be 5. Okay, and then the final one, which will be number f, it was, I just want to clean this, it's a bit, okay, it's number f, so let's just write that. So this was a squared b, meaning 2 a's, times 2a3, that means 3 a's, times negative 5b to the power of 3. And that will give me an answer of negative 10, okay, and then it's a, 2 plus 3, that's 5, and it's b, 3 plus 1, and that's 4. And that will be my final answer. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I'm going to try to put it here again. Okay. Simplify each of the following. So in this case, it's now divide. Can you see? So all that I do, and I showed you the grade 8 method. So there's 5 and there's 2, and then 2 of the 5 will cancel out and there will be 3. And the same here. This is 7, 7, 1, 7, and it will be 4. Now, as soon as you come there, you're not going to write everything out. So it's just say 3 can go in 1, 3 can go in 8. A negative divided by a positive will be a negative. Now, what I always tell the learners, look, where's the big amount of the x? There's the base x. Is 5 the big amount on top or at the bottom? It's on top. So then do the subtraction on top. Write the x on top and say 5 minus 2, and that will be 3. Where's the big amount of the big index of the y? It's on top. And then 4 minus 3, that is 1. So writing all the letters is sometimes the key of understanding the laws. So if you really struggle, write it out until you understand why we subtract. You can do number A, you can do number B, you can do again number C and number F. And again, you can stop the video and you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay, let's start. So with number A, it's going to be y to the power of 7 divide y to the power of 6. Now I'm just going to do sometimes it's good if you write it like this. So then I say, where's the big amount? It's on top. So actually it's on top. So 7 minus 6 is just 1, final. Or over 1, but which is actually just 1. Not necessary to write that step. The next one, number B. 2 to the power 10 divide 2 to the power 3. So again, it's actually 2 to the power of 10 divide 2 to the power 3. Where's the big amount? It's still on top, so 10 minus 3 is 7. And I can simplify it further, but I don't think it's necessary. It must just be simplified. Then the next one, number C, 12a to the power 6 divide 4a to the power of 2. So if I'm writing it, 12a6 over 4a2, then 4 can go in 1, 4 can go in 3, so it's 3a, 6 minus 2, and that's 4. And that will be my final answer. Okay. And then the next one, just want to check quickly something. Okay. The next one is number F. Now, I'm already going to write it in the correct format. I'm just going to move this a little bit down. So it's negative 36 m8 n6 divide negative 9 m6 n. So if I start, I'm just going to say it go in 1 and it go in 4 times. Okay, and a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So it's actually going to be positive 4. Now where's the big amounts of the n? It's still on top. So 8 minus 6 is 2. The big amount of the n's here, and 6 minus 1, that is 5, and that's your final answer. Okay, and then I'm going to go on to number 3. Let's look at the next example. Simplify each of the following. Now, this is the power law, so I multiply and I get 8. Now, in this case, I multiply, keep the 3, 2 times 5, 2 times 5. Let's just see if it's 2. I'm just going to make it bigger, that we can see better. Okay. So I can see, I must just change this, just wait, I'm just going to change this. It's 2 times 3. Okay, so 2 to the power 3, it's 3, 2 times 3, and it will be 6. In the same case here, if I do it like this, then this will be negative, because there's 3 negative signs. This is 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, or I can write it out like this. And then the last one, just remember top, whatever top, and take that square to the bottom. So then it's 3 to the power, there's a 1. Now I always say there's a 1. So take 1 times 2, that's 2. So 3 to the power of 2, that will be 9. Then x to the power of 8, y to the power of 10. And that will be your final answer. So write it out. If you struggle, write it out. Make sure that you have it correct. Okay. Let's move to the examples. Just going to make it smaller. So in this case, I want you to stop the video, and I want you to do, okay, I always start easy, number A, number B, number C, and number F. And then this one is like a combination one. I also want you to do, then in this case, I want you to do this number F. Okay. Again, stop the video. Just going to make space. And as soon as you are finished, you can continue the video. Just going to start there. Okay. Let's start. Number 1A. So this will be y to the power of 7, 5. So that will be y. And now in this case, it's 7 times 5, which will just be, so let's just see, this is number 3A, 35. Okay. Oh, it's not 5, it's 6. Sorry. This is a transcription error. So this was 6, and then it will be 42. Then number B, it's 2 to the power of 10 and 3. Then keep the 2, 10 times 3 is 30. Then number C, negative 2a to the power of 6, 3. So how many negative signs will there be? 3. And then it's 2 to the power of 3, a to the power of 18. Remember, write that, and always remember, you must multiply that and you must multiply that. Okay, and then it will just be negative, and it's going to be 2 to the, it's number C, negative 8, a to the power of 18. Okay. Let's move to the next one, number F. So number F is a to the power of 7 divide 4b squared to the 3. So in this case, it's going to be a 7 times 3, 21. Now don't forget, that exponent is 1. So it's 4, 1 times 3 is 3. B, 2 times 3 is 6. And now I can simplify it to A to the power of 21, 64, B to the power of 6. Okay. So, and then we just move to number 2, which is a bit of combination, but just take it step by step, not difficult. So number 2 is, so it's going to be, okay, bracket 2ab squared. 4x squared y and 2 xy to the power of 3. Okay, I'm just going to first start here. So again, don't forget, what is your exponents if there's nothing? There's a 1 and there's a 1. There's a 1, 1, 1, 1. So just mark all your exponents, especially in the beginning. So then it's 2 to the power of 5, a to the power of 5, b to the power of 10. This will be 4 to the power of 2, x to the power of 4, y to the power of 2, x to the power of 3, y to the power of 3. Okay, now I must first multiply. Okay, I can simplify that. 32, so it's a5, b10, and this is going to be 8. So it's just 8. Now x4 times x3, add, now it's multiplied, so I add the exponents, and y to the power of 5. And then I'm going to simplify it further, and I'm going to say 8 can go in 1, 8 can go in 4. So my final answer is going to be, I just want to quickly check something, 4 to the power of 2, 4 to the power of 2 is 4 times 4, sorry, I just want to correct quickly here, 4 times 4, and that will be 16. Okay, and then okay. So basically, if I then simplify this, I can say, I can simplify this. 2 can go in, I just want to quickly check here. 2 can go in 16. It can go in 1 and 2. Yes. So then this is going to be 2. Then it's going to be a to the power of 5, because it cannot cancel out. B to the power of 10 over x to the power of 7, y to the power of 5. Okay. And that's how I do that one. Let's move on. Okay. So in the next one, 0 and negative indices. When n is a positive integer, a to the power, a means a is a multiplied by n times. Let's just make it bigger, it's a bit unclear. Okay, now it's better to read. When n is a positive integer, a to the power of n means a is multiplied by itself n times. However, when n is 0 or a negative integer, a to the power n is not defined in the same way. In grade 9, we studied the following definitions of indices. A to the power of 0 will be equal to 1. So a to the power 0 to the power 0, 0 to the power negative 0 are undefined. Remember that. Okay, because then the next one, a to the power negative n, is going to be 1 over a to the power of n. So it's like I make it a fraction, and to change that sign, I just bring it to the bottom. So if I look at this example, anything to the power of 0 is equal to 1, except that 0. And this one, this inside is equal to 1, but then you multiply with that negative and then it becomes -1. So in this case, I put it over 1. As soon as I take it from a numerator to a denominator, the sign in front of the index change. The same, if I take it from a denominator to a numerator, because now it's on top, then the sign in front of the index change. Let's look at a few examples. So if I look at these examples, I just want to move this. Then if it's 3 to the power, divide 3 to the power of 2, then this is just going to be, and this is just cancelling out and it's going to be 1. But the reason why, because 2 minus 2 is 3 to the power of 0, and if it's to the power of 0, then it's 1. Okay. P to the power of 0 is 1. If everything in the bracket to the power of 0, it's 1. But if they say 4k to the power of 0, then it's only k that's to the power of 0. So it's actually only this part. Oh, let's just. It's only this part that's becoming 1. And then it's actually 4 times 1, and that's equal to 4. That's what I showed you there. Okay, again, let's just make it a bit smaller. I want you to stop the video and I want you to do number A, and I want you to do number B. It's so easy. Do all of them. Okay, maybe we can do this a bit bigger because this seems a bit small. Okay, and I can just move this so that I can see that example. Okay, let's start with number A. Number 4A. So in this case, and I'm going to write it again, so it's A free over A free. But it's actually meaning A free minus free, which is A to the power of 0, and that's equal to 1. Number B, 2 to the power of 0, and that is equal to 1. Number C, 2x to the power of 0 is actually 2 multiply x to the, I'm just doing it long so that so it's 2 multiply 1, which is 2. So it's only that part that becomes 1, and then you multiply it by 2. And then number D, 2x to the power of 0, because this whole bracket is to the power of 0, it's equal to 1. Okay. So we go on. You have seen examples such as this, but what happens if subtraction are usually they're like this? Compare it with this. We see that the answers are the same. Look at A below. Let's just look at the example. So simplify each of the following. So now, as soon as I subtract, now this is what I said to you, you can either do it like this and say 4 minus 6 is -2 and then bring it down. Or what I sometimes tell learners, say it's x to the power 4 over x to the power 6. Then I say write the x where the big index is standing. It's at the bottom, and then it's easy. Then you can just say 6 minus 4, and that will be 2. Then it's directly at the bottom. So the same here, so it's 2, this is multiplied, plus minus 5, so it's -3, and then I bring it just down. Let's look at the next one. If it's here, I just, this is multiply, be careful, so I add, and then I will get -7, and then I subtract -2, and that's -9, and then I can bring it down. This one, first simplify, so this 2 times -5 is -10. Don't forget, this is 1, so this becomes 4, and this becomes 4, and then this is -2, and this is 2. And then I will just go and say -10 plus 4 minus -2, why? 4 minus 2, and then I will just only the -1, take that to the denominator. Okay. Okay, I want you again to stop the video, and I want you to do, let's just make it a bit bigger. I want you to do number A, and I want you to do, okay, that's a very simple one, do B, and then you can do D. Again, you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. number A. So it's a to the power of negative 9 multiply a to the power of 6. So it's a, so it's negative 9 plus 6, and that's a to the power of negative 3. And then, let's just move it a little bit to this side. Then it's 1 over a to the power of 3. Okay, so that's how I do that one. And then the next one, number B. So this is a to the power of negative 9, 5, divide a to the power of 6, negative 7. So let's just first simplify this. This is a to the power negative 45, divide a to the power negative 42. Now be careful with this one. It is subtract. I'm going to do it now, not just. So it's a, because it's division, negative 45 minus, but put in brackets, negative 42. Then it will be a, it will actually be negative 45 plus 42. And that will be a to the power of negative 3. And if you do that, it's just going to be 1. Take it now to the bottom, or to the denominator, a to the power of 3. Okay. And then, yes, that was number B. Did I skip? No, that was B. Now I will do D. I'm just going to make space. Okay, let's do number D. So that's a, b to the power of 2 multiply a to the power of negative 4 over a to the power negative 1, b to the power 2, negative 3. Okay, so in this case, start first with the brackets. So it's a2, b2 multiply a negative 4 over a, so this is 3, b is negative 6. And then it will be a to the power, first add, so 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2, b2 over, oh sorry, let's just do that, a to the power of 3, b to the power of negative 6. So it's a, so it's negative 2 minus 3, leave it first like that, b2 minus negative 6. And that will be a to the power of negative 5, b 2 plus 6, that will be 8. And now just move the one that's negative to the bottom. There's the fraction. So this will give me then, okay, I'm just rather going to write it here, b to the power of 8 over a to the power of 5. That's my final answer. Okay, let's make it a bit smaller and look at the next one. So in the next case, so simplify the following. So this is now negative, so I just multiply it in, this becomes 1, and then I just work it out. Remember, the 3 is the base, so I do exactly the same. I have to make a bit bigger, otherwise too small. Okay, so in this case, it's going to be, so this will be negative x minus y, plus x plus y. Okay, and this is free 2x. And then 2x minus 2x is 0, and that's 1. If I do here, and this is very important, very useful when working with indices, when the basis is a number but not a prime number, write the basis as the product of its prime factors. So this will become 2 to the power 3x, 2 to the power 2, 2x. And then I just simplify that, and I'm going to even, this is 4x plus 1. You can do it in 2 steps. Then I just simplify, get negative 2, bring it down, and that will be my final answer. Okay, try now 6. You can look at, do for me number A, and do for me number, yeah, I think it doesn't matter, number B. Again, you can continue the video, stop the video, and you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. just do it step by step, because it's just a method. You just follow the method. Okay. Just want to clean here, finally. Okay, let's start. Number A. So this is going to be 3 to the power negative 2 multiply 1 over 9 to the power of 3 to the power of negative 2. So this is going to be, okay, this I can write in prime, so let me just do that first. I can simplify this one already. This will be negative 6. But first just simplify this one to prime factors. So make it 3 to the power of 2 to the power of 3 to the power of negative 2. So that will be 3 to the power of negative 6 multiply. Now 1 to, you can say 1 to the power negative 2, but it will stay 1. Okay, now this will be 6. And as soon as you multiply it with negative 2, it will be negative 12. So it will be 3 to the power of negative 12. Okay, so then this will be 3 to the power negative 6. Okay, this becomes just 1. But this will become 3 to the power of 12. And then I'm just going to take it up. So it's 3. So it's negative 6 plus 12. That's 3 to the power of 6. And if you have to press it on the calculator, it's 729. That's your final. Okay. And then I'm going to look at number B. Okay, so this will be 4 to the power n plus 2, 36 to the power, now I just must make it a bit bigger. I think I'm going to just start writing it again to fit in. Okay, so let's start again. So this is going to be 4 to the power n plus 2, this is going to be 36, negative n minus 1, this is going to be 45, negative n plus 1, this is going to be 5, n minus 1, this is going to be 81 to the power of negative 1. So if I'm going to simplify, just prime factors. So this is to 2, okay, okay. This is going, okay, you can do it here on the side, very easy. So 36, 2 is 18, 2 is 9, 3 is 3, 3 is 1. So it's going to be 2 to the power 2 times 3 to the power of 2, negative n minus 1. Okay, do the same with 45. This is 3, so this is going to be 115. This is 3, it's 5, 5 and 1. So this is going to be 3 to the power of 2 times 5, and that's negative n plus 1. That's going to be 5, n minus 1. And then 81, let's just clean here, so I just write it here. Let's do the same with 81. Okay, 3 can go in 2, 7, 3 can go in 9, 3 can go in 3, 3 can go in 1. Okay, so this will be 3 to the power of 4. And that will be to negative 1. Okay, so then I'm just going to continue to the next list by multiplying everyone out. So if I start there, so now I start, say, I multiply, just simplify the bracket. So 2n plus 4. 2, this will be negative 2n minus 2. This will be 3, negative 2n minus 2. This will be 3 negative 2n, sorry, just get the pen correct, negative 2n plus 2. This will be 5 negative n plus 1. This will be 5 n minus 1. This will be 3 negative 4. Okay, and now I'm going to start by I'm just going to show you. So this is all the 2's. This is all the 3's. And this is all the 5's. Okay, so let's start simplifying them. So this is going to be 2, let's just get the color correct again. This is 2, then it's 2n plus 4 minus 2n minus 2, because it's just addition. Okay, and then it doesn't matter where I write the 3's, let's do it on top still. So it's negative 2n minus 2, but then it's minus, just put in bracket, negative 2n plus 2 minus negative 4. Okay, I'm going to keep this one first here. Okay, so I get to the 5's. Just keep it at the bottom, because then it's just add. Okay, now let's simplify the 2's. So what happens here? So 4 minus 2, that's going to be 2. 3. Now I can do it here on the side just to show. So it's going to be negative 2n minus 2 plus 2n minus 2 plus 4. And if I simplify that, this will cancel. Can you see? This is minus 4 plus 4, it's 0. So it's going to give me 3 to the power of 0. And now the 5, I'm just going to, it's negative, so that cancel again. That is, so it's also 5 to the power of 0. So that becomes 1 and 1, so the final answer will just be 4. Okay, let's do the last part. Just practice and just do one thing at a time. So let's look at the last, fractional indices. If x is a positive number, the laws of indices are also valid for fractional indices. And this is just meaning that now it's just fractions, the index or the exponents. But I still do the same. Okay, so it's half plus half or this, and then I get x to the, it's just x. But don't forget, take the square root on both sides. So basically, if you have x to the power of a half, it's actually becoming x a square root. And that's just almost showing you the proof. Okay, let's look at the definition then. So what I showed you, so if it's 1 over n, then that 1 goes inside and the n goes outside. So it's 1 over 4, the 1 goes inside and the 4 goes outside. The same here, mn, so the m inside, the n outside. And that's how, the 2 inside, the 3 outside. So let's look at a few examples. So if I'm just doing just prime factors first, I did, and then I did this. Prime factors, and I just simplify. This is 3 over 2, I also did it like this. This is also, I just took it to prime factors, and then I did it like this. Okay. Again, I want you to stop the video, and I just want you to do A, and I want you to do D. You can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay, so let's start with try now 7. So if it's 32, 1 over 5. So in this case, I'm just going to say prime factors, always remember. So take your 32, break it up, take your prime numbers, 16, 2, 8, 2, 4, 2, 2, 2, 1. Sometimes you already know it, and then you can just write it down. It's 2 to the power of 5. And if I multiply it, then this is over 1, it's 5 over 5, it's 1. So the final answer is 2. Then number D, it's 125 and it's negative 4 over 3. So again, 125, so just it's 5 to the power of 3. Otherwise, just break it up, but that's an easy one to know. So this is going to be 5. The 3's cancel, so it's negative 4. And that's 1 over 5 to the power of 4. And if I'm going to look at that final answer, then it's just going to be 1 over 6 to 5 if I multiply it out. Let's look at the next one. So simplify, this is now the same. I just multiply, I add the exponents, and then I make the denominators the same, and I just get a fraction. Okay, the same, denominators the same, fraction. The same, multiply, multiply, and I just get this. It's just like working with fractions. So again, want you to stop the video and just do number A. And number C. Then you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay. So in this case, just let's look at this one. So if I start with number A, it's P to a third multiply P 2 over 5. Okay. So if I start there, it's just P. So this is 2 over 15. Just see that 1/3 and 2 over 5. Okay. Okay, so it's just wait. Let's just do it again. So it's 1 over 3 plus 2 over 5. I said it incorrect. Sorry. It's too long, this video. Must now get an end. So make your denominators the same. So in this case, it's just P. So if I make the denominators, it's 15. So you can just multiply 5, multiply 5, multiply 3, multiply 3. But that will just be, you can even press it on the calculator. Okay. So it's going to be 5 over 15 plus 6 over 15, which will give me 11 over 15. And that will be my final. And then number C. And in this case, it is x to the power of half, y to the power 1 over 3, and z to the power a quarter. And that's to 6. Now here I can multiply. So now I can just say x. Remember, this is actually like 6 over 1. So 6 divided by 2, that will just be 3. Y, 6 divided by 3 is 2. And then this one, it's just going to be 3. It's going to be 6 over 4, which is just going to be 3 over 2. Okay, and that's the final 1.5. Okay, let's go to the last. So the last one, let's just look at the example. Simplify this. So in this case, I'm just going to multiply, multiply, and just simplify all your fractions. This one, I'm going to take it out of a root. So remember, it's the 1 over 3, 1. So I take it out of the roots, and then I just multiply. This one also, first simplify the inside. That's what I basically do. And then I take it out of the root, and then I get this answer. Okay. I think I can simplify it again here. Okay, now let's just leave it first like that. I want you to stop the video, and I would just want you to do 2. This is, do just number A, and do for me number C. Again, you can continue the video as soon as you are finished. So let's just start with A. So this is 4, this is 3, this is A2. So start from the inside, it's easier. So it's A, 2 over 3. And now it's like a quarter, okay? And if you multiply that, you're just going to get A, 2 over 12, and that's A, 1 over 6, okay? And then number C, and that's 27a3b6 over 64c to the power of 9. Now again, let's just, it doesn't actually matter. You can already take it out. You can just take it out. I'm just going to, I will now simplify this. It's just a third. That's how I will take it out. Now, as soon as I take it out, you can, 27 and 64, you can just quickly write it in the prime factors. Now, if it's 27, can you still remember? That will be 3 to the power of 3. Okay? A3, B6. 64, what is 64? 2 to the power of 6. C, 9, and now I can just multiply it in. So it's 3 to the power of 1, A to the power of 1, B to the power of 2, over 2 to the power of 2, C, 9 divided by 3, C to the power of 3. And the final answer will be 3 over 4, A, B, 2, over C3. That will be my final answer. I repeat this. Do each and every sum, because if you're not good in indices, you're going to struggle when we come to logs and things like that.